Hey my loves, and welcome to my channel. This is Divinely Guided. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning into this video. This is a very important video for whoever is going to need this message. I pray that the Most High God touch the hearts of the people that need this message. And I want to just sort of touch bases with you guys. I am outside right now. I'm not showing my face. It is freaking hell hot out here in VA right now. And your girl is sweating bullets over here, so I'm looking a little janky out here in these streets, and I just rather not be on the screen right now. But to say the least, though, the message is still very important, so I want to just put this message out there. And I want to apologize for my absence, but at the same time, there's purpose in my absence. And I want to let you guys know that to whomever may be struggling in their life is at this current time, feeling as though you're not in the space where you're supposed to be, you're not where you feel like you should be in life, I just want to remind you that there is purpose in everything that you go through in this life. Okay, a lot of times we get so caught up in the expectations of others and societal constructs that we forget that there is divine purpose that is happening in our lives every single day, and things are being divinely orchestrated in its own way. And a lot of times, family, excuse me. Okay, my apologies, you guys, but just remember that everything is divinely orchestrated. You know, a lot of times we don't understand a lot of the things that we may go through and the challenges that we may face, and a lot of the encounters we may have with people and the experiences are not so good. You know, a lot of things that we experience may be very hurtful, very painful, and very traumatic for a lot of us. So I don't take anything away from that, but at the same time, you guys, there's definitely power in your testimony of what you have been through. And that's something that I had to learn, is that the fact that we go through things, that gives you a voice, it gives you a space to be able to connect with others, to be able to empower others, to be able to encourage others, to help others to see the light, because you have been through the darkness, you have been through hell, and you can definitely connect with people on that level. You know, and I feel personally, in my opinion, now this doesn't have to be the truth, but y'all might hear the cat, but in my opinion, you guys, I definitely feel like we as humans connect with each other through our pain more so than we do through the successes that we have. And so this does not have to be true for everyone. Like I said, hey Clyde. This doesn't necessarily have to be true for everyone, but for me, this is what I believe, okay? That we connect more so through our pains and our traumas, and we have more trauma bonding than anything a lot of times. But the purpose of me coming up here, you guys, is for one, to touch bases with you guys and let you guys know that my inconsistency is why I haven't been up here, and that I've also been growing behind the scenes, and I have been being shown things behind the scenes that I'm supposed to come and share with other people. And so that's what I'm up here doing now, you know, is sharing my experiences. And not everybody is going to take my experiences and, you know, apply them in their lives, or, you know, take the wisdom that I've gained from different situations, and that's cool, you know, because I trust that the Most High God allows whoever that is supposed to receive these messages will receive these messages in the way that they do and they need to. So it just is what it is with that. But I want to say again, you know, I want to apologize for my inconsistencies, because when I first started out this channel, you know, I really truly started out just to be able to experience other people, connect with other people, and use my gift at the same time to help other people. And the thing that I had to learn as well is that when you are connecting with other energies, there's a certain maturity that you have to have when you are dealing in the realm, the spirit realm, necessarily, and understanding energy. And there's a lot of things that I had not learned, you know, and it was pretty much me just diving head first into it, you know. And so there were a lot of things that I had to learn on the back end after diving straight into, you know, just wanting to use my gift for people, that was very important for me to learn. Okay, one is that there has to be a certain level of detachment that you have to have when you are operating in this realm of dealing with other people and having a certain platform and wanting to use your gift. You have to understand that you have to be fully invested in being focused on your purpose and focused on the Most High God, if you believe in the Most High God, you know, and believe that you are strictly being guided and led to do your purpose. And it's not for people validation, it's not for the applause of people, but you know, there's a bigger thing that's happening while you are operating in your gift and helping other people. So there's certain things that I did need to learn, and certain things I'm still learning. And this I just want to say, y'all, this video might be all over the place because there's a lot of things that are just placed on my heart that I just want to speak about. So some things may be all over the place, but you grab from it what you can grab from it. You guys take the meat and leave the bone, all right? But at the end of the day, my intention is truly just to help someone else, just to help let other people know that you are not alone in experiencing the things that you experience. And don't think that just because you may feel like you have it all together and then you backslide, that takes away from your worth and your value, because it truly doesn't. If anything, it gives you more value to me, because in that backslide, in that that place where you feel like you are going backwards, there's something that maybe you need to learn, or you know, there could be also it's just a lot of growth that happens in the backsliding. You know what I'm saying? So don't be so hard on yourself with the backsliding when those times happen, because those times will happen. You know, we are humans, and a lot of times the things that we think we have conquered, the things that we have moved past, we get triggered in different ways and we go back to those same old habits. We are creatures of habit, so it's normal for those things to happen. So don't be hard on yourself when those things happen. Months ago, maybe 6-7 months ago, I can't really, the number is not right off the top of my head right now, you guys, so excuse me for that. But back in September of last year, me and my family did experience a situation where we were placed into a hotel due to a water pipe bursting in our home. And if you guys have followed me for a while, you've heard me mention this before. And it's very important because there were a lot of things that happened in the duration of that time of us being at that hotel, where it looked like it was something bad that was happening. You know, God was really doing some powerful things behind the scenes and clearing some things out in my life, and also giving me revelations in that time too that were really life-changing moments for me. Okay, so that's why I mention that a lot, because there were a lot of miracles that happened, you know, during that time for me. There were a lot of people's hearts that were touched that I didn't expect to be touched, you know, in a way that would they would give to me, they would help me. You know, God really sustained me in that season as far as maintaining my bills while I wasn't working. Like, God was truly showing up and showing out in my life. And me and my humanness, you know, a lot of times I couldn't appreciate the things that God was doing in my life at that time because they didn't seem big enough. You know, we always want more. We always feel like we're not where we are supposed to be. So there was a lot of discontentment that was going on with me, where I felt like I still needed to have more. I still needed to be, you know, in a different space. I needed to have certain things so that I would feel like I had a certain value. So God was doing a lot of things within me in that season of my life, and God is still doing so much inside of me right now. You guys, don't think that I have got it all together, because I definitely don't. But I am called to share my experiences, and so this is what I do. I come up here and I share my experiences. And coming from out of that situation, being at the hotel, we were able to move back into our home. It was a truly beautiful experience to come back to our home. It gives you a whole different sense of gratitude and humbleness. When life humbles you, it's a different feel. You know what I'm saying? So, and it gave me a different sense of compassion for people and situations that people go through as well. Even though I already had that for real, because, you know, I'm very compassionate with people and my heart is already really big. But at the same time, you know, it just opened me up to something else. You know what I'm saying? Is the best way I really can describe it right now. But yeah, so moving back into the house, you guys, at that time I wasn't working for a whole year. And I was just basically just helping my daughter out, watching my grandson, you know, and doing my little YouTube videos or whatever, and doing my little working on myself, as I would say, behind the scenes, and just developing my connection more and more with the Most High God. And consistency has always been one of my challenges. So God has definitely been working with me with that, and creating certain structures in my life that need to be in place in order for me to truly walk in my calling like I need to. So there's been a lot of things that have been happening to shape me just as a person, to help shape my character. And so again, going back to what I was saying about us moving back into the house and everything, it was a very beautiful experience. It was a lot of work that needed to be put in to coming back into the house, of course, but at the same time, when everything was all settled and said and done, doors were open for me, you guys, where I'm able to actually work two jobs that I actually like. Like, I think that's a blessing when you're actually able to work in a place that you actually like working. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that get up and work jobs that they hate going to every day. You know, and I'm not saying every day is a great day for me, but it's still something I truly enjoy doing. And I'm able to still operate in my gift on some level to help other people. You know what I mean? So it just brings joy to my heart, you know. And to see and to look back, you guys, and to know that I had to trust God with leaving the job that God felt God was calling me to leave, because it was just too much that was going on. I felt like it was bringing out another side of me. It was causing me, I felt like, to be on demon time all the time in that place, because you know, I'm wanting to speak up for certain things, and these people were trying to shut me down. So it was a lot of confrontation, and I was getting into, and I didn't understand, and you know, so I felt like God was calling me to leave, but I was afraid because I didn't know how things were going to work once I left that job. And so God showed me, you know, that relying on God was the biggest thing, and it was the hardest thing for me to do as well. But things have turned around in my life, you guys, where I'm able to have two jobs, to be able to consistently have some money in, you know, coming in and flowing in consistently in my life and for my children. And is truly a beautiful experience for someone who just came from not having a job at all, you know, and then to meet other people, you know, because I was in a period of isolation where I was keeping myself away from a lot of people, you know, not really wanting to share my energy with too many people because I wasn't very trusting of people. Experiencing betrayals and heartbreak in a certain way will cause you to want to withdraw from people, to really retreat into your safe space, you know. And I feel like me getting these jobs, you know, was like the baby steps for me to step back out into the realm of getting to know people, developing my relationship and my connection with people again. And God was also exposing some things to me, the cycles that I was putting myself through, the energies that I was connecting to, you know, causing me to go into these deep reflection moments of myself, to actually see what is going on in my life, that I'm constantly hopping back on these same hamster wheels, you know, going through the same cycles over and over, you know, with certain people. And I found that the fact that I have this need inside of me, that I feel that I need an intimate connection, I need a companionship, you know, or a partnership with somebody, you know, I needed to feel this love, caused me to settle in a lot of instances with people that truly didn't deserve access to me, honestly. But at the same time, there were lessons in those connections with those people, so I appreciate that now. But at the time, of course, when you're going through shit, you don't see all of that. You know. But it gave me different insight had I not experienced these people. And so God just brought to my attention how a lot of times I would settle for men that really was trying to give me bottom of the barrel treatment a lot of times, you know, like not really not really wanting to invest too much time, you know, or their energy or whatever. But what I would find is that, you know, I would say to myself, and I got a little quiet, you guys. I don't know why I got quiet, like I'm whispering to you guys. I don't know if that sounds like that to y'all, but anywho, you know, I would tell myself, you know, I'm still going to be the good person. You know, I'm still going to do the right thing because I don't want to get bad karma, you know. And so I was just allowing myself to be put through certain situations that I was uncomfortable with, you know, and feeling like I got to take certain things, you know, because I'm trying to be the nice person, you know. And it's not about being nice, it's about respect. It's about respecting yourself first and foremost. You have to have that, you know what I'm saying? We be so dedicated to trying to be loyal to other people and trying to prove to other people that we are good people, when the only thing we need to do is just show up as us. We need to show up as us, you know. And if they line up with who we are, then okay. And if they don't, then they can kick rocks, you know. We're just not for each other, and that's just that. But a lot of times we like to try to make the puzzles fit in spaces that they're not supposed to fit in, you know. And then when it keeps popping out, we keep going through conflict and confrontation with people. We're like, well, what's the problem? Well, you weren't supposed to be fitted with that person anyway. You know, they weren't the piece to your puzzle. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, for me, in my opinion, the Most High God is the ultimate piece to the puzzle. And as long as you are seeking God, you are seeking that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from God, I feel like whoever is supposed to see you is going to see you. They're going to see your value. They're going to see your worth. They're going to see that that you are who you say that you are. But you have to first be that. And that's something that I had to that I'm still learning, you know, because you have your ups and you have your downs, you know, where you feel like you got it all together. You on this, you know, this trip where you feel so enlightened and you're very connected to God, and you just, you know, so your ego might be a little big because, you know, you just feel like, you know, you know, you just have all the answers. And then you experience those moments where you're very low, you feel very insecure, very depressed, you know, and sometimes you can feel suicidal, and the enemy likes to have you in that space, you know what I'm saying, because that is the space where you are most vulnerable. And now I can force you to give up because, you know, once you've lost hope and you don't see, you know, anything besides your despair and your hopelessness, you know, you will want to give up. You'll want to say, well, what's the purpose of me trying to do right? What's the purpose of me serving God? What's the purpose of me doing this and that? You know what I mean? So there were moments where I experienced a lot of really low lows, you know, and I battled with the darkness. I had spiritual warfare, you know, a lot of spiritual warfare going on, and sometimes attacks that were coming to me. You know, so there was a lot that I had to battle with behind the scenes. And warring with yourself is one of the worst battles ever, because you can't escape you. You with you 24/7, poo. So, you know, the mind is something when it has a lot of junk inside of your subconscious. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that God is also guiding me through and helping me to clear out a lot of the subconscious programmings that I have that are within me that kind of block me and hold me back from different things and developing connections with people, you know. So it's a lot of transformations that we all are going through. There's a big shift as a collective that we all are going through. You know what I'm saying? So don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. There's a lot of times where you're going to need to have some humility. It's okay to go and say, hey, I was wrong. I apologize, you know. Take constructive criticism when you need to. If it's going to make you a better person, you know, then do that. You know what I mean? Like, don't feel like you know so much that you can't be told something. You can't learn something. You know, that was one of my things too, you know. And God had to do a lot of ego checking with me, you know. So there's been a lot of things that I have had to experience behind the scenes. And I just want to come and bring them to y'all that, baby, I go through the same thing that you go through, poo. Okay? But just know at the end of the day, you still have worth and value in the eyes of the Most High God. And you shall have worth and value in your eyes too. Don't get so caught up in the conditioning and the programming that, you know, people say that we should look a certain way, talk a certain way, operate in a certain way. You know, so much so that you are being so critical on yourself that if it causes you to be extra insecure, you know, and extra fearful. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna battle with fear. Fear is always gonna be present, but sometimes you gotta push through that fear, and you talk to yourself through that fear. You know, I like to coach myself through the fear a lot of times too. You know, you have to be able to encourage yourself. My thing, I like to remind myself of what I'm grateful for. I just start thanking God for stuff when I get into a certain mind state where I feel like I'm really feeling low. I just start seeing the things that I'm grateful for, and it starts to lift my spirits up. It takes my mind into a different space. It's not always easy to do that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it works more times than it don't. So I'm gonna pass that on to somebody else. You know, being in that attitude of gratitude is truly the way to go. A lot of times when you feeling really, really low, you know, because life be lifing out this joint, y'all, and it's not easy, and I understand. So I just wanted to be an encouragement to somebody today, and you guys will start to get more videos from me doing readings and whatnot. I'm over here trying to prioritize time and get things organized and structured in my own life, so I can't say when I'm gonna be up here exactly, but it's definitely something that Spirit has been calling me to move back into doing. Because no bullshit, y'all, I had my moment where I was like, what's the purpose? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really taking nothing from it. You know, it's just entertainment. You start to get too caught up on the wrong things sometimes. And so I feel like, you know, I was also being removed from the scene for that reason too, because it's a level of detachment that you got to have from human validation in order to truly walk in your purpose and be able to be used by the Most High God in the way that God really truly needs to use you in order to reach the people that you are supposed to reach. Okay, so I don't know who needed to hear that, but that was just the last little tidbit I wanted to say. So again, you guys, this is Divinely Guided. I thank you guys so much for being here. Anybody that's new and listening to me for the very first time, what up, baby? Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you stick around to see more videos. Peace, and I'm out, y'all. I love y'all. One.